Without further ado, this is Christian McDonald. Everyone give Christian a hand. Thank you, Christian, for coming in. I'm going to give you just a little bit of background information on Christian. I have known him since freshman year. Christian came to us back when I was still I don't want to say just, it's an important job, but when I was the modern world history teacher downstairs in Bretch's room for 12 years. Christian was one of my awesome students back then. And I'll be honest, he was a handful. He and his best buddy would come in to my room for honors world history. He was smart, I knew that. And just go, they would just argue the whole time with LeBron or MJ, this or that. I hear it. Trust me, I hear it from these guys were the OGs to what they used to do makes you guys look like child's play. I'll be honest, because I had to be on them all the time. But somehow, throughout that freshman year, we developed a really great relationship. And I knew how smart he was. And I knew how motivated he was. And I had just pretty much started Hive TV a couple of years before he came in. And it was just kind of a side job. It was kind of just a side thing to give kids another opportunity to make videos, because I was really I loved making videos. Christian took to that right off the bat. We're going to play you a segment here in a minute of one of his shows. He had a 5-episode show that we still have a playlist on. And in fact, Blaze and Scoot tried to add to that at the beginning of the year, which we might revisit and show him that later on. But Christian just took to it. It was amazing. It was great. Now, we didn't know what we were doing. We had, I think at that time, we had a couple of cameras. Maybe while he was here, because of some of the stuff that he did, we started to get those Macs and we started to get better equipment because we were showing that we could do it. And he is a huge part of it, a huge part of it. As a matter of fact, while I always wanted to stay, not only was he doing great things, and he can tell you about where he went to school and what he did and all that kind of stuff, but it was Christian that the light bulb went off in my head when I saw the passion that he put into everything he was doing with his videos and his love of doing this. It dawned on me, this could be a thing. This could be a thing here at Center High School. So you have him to blame or thank, whichever one you think, for the creation of this Hive TV brand and program. He was a huge part of it, and showing me like that it was beneficial.
Obviously, I know my name Christian. I was, I guess, more background from Kansas City. I went to Center my whole life. I love Center. I love being able to be in the school district. You know what I'm saying? I feel like even when I was coming up, a lot of people try to look down on Center and the experience that we had and homies we had. And I had, I took a lot of pride in that. Coming to Center and want to do something a little bit different. Obviously, like you said, freshman year, a lot of our homies, we went to school together all, throughout the year, we all went to school, like same middle school, same high school. So by the time we got to high school, it was more or less like, we was out of control, but we always had a mission. Yep. We always had a purpose what we wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? And so nothing's gonna throw us off our plan. Like Miss Glover back there, the nurse, like I'm best friends with her sons, like he an aerospace engineer. One of my other friends is like TikTok famous, named Swole Ricketts. Like he branded off of like, he really famous. Like you was here, I wanted to see him. Like he really wanted to talk to, but like, he does different things and like pretty much like a celebrity now, what he doing. Have another friend that's a sports lawyer, went to Arizona State. So as a freshman, even middle school, we had a plan that we wanted to do. And we wanted to, we appreciated what Center had to offer. We took different things that Parker had to offer, but we also had a commitment to be like, okay, we have a goal. We want to go to college. We're going to support each other. We're going to lock in. We're not going to let nobody throw us off our mission. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to feel like we less than because, like you said, if a kid go to Pembroke or Barstool or, y'all play sports and y'all play other schools and y'all can already feel like how they already acting. You know what I'm saying? How they image is, and you go and you compete with them maybe in like different academic athletics or whatever. You can sometimes, you can see that these people think that they are higher than you. You know what I'm saying? So it's an internal belief that you got to have. I think it's who you surround yourself with, who you running with. If you show me, and this is for grown men, this is people that's in high school, people that's in college, you know what I'm saying? If you show me your top 5 friends, people that you influence with, I can show you where you're going to life. You know what I'm saying? So if you're running around with people that's feel like they, lit or whatever, they got some motion going on, like bro, nobody in high school really lit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a process to be able to it's a process to being able to be successful in life. And so I feel like I credit Mr. Parker to have a teacher like him to take advantage of that, but also credit the support system of the friends group that I decided to have that's allowed me to be able to grow and do different things. And so
And let me jump in real quick here. As far as I remember, Christian's group, the group he's talking about, that was the most, they were in the top 5% during graduation. And it breaks my heart because that's the only graduation I've ever missed. And it was because my oldest son was also graduating and I was graduating with my master's that same day. So I had to miss it. But on the graduation stage, the top 5%, I don't know if they still do this, but the top 5% sit on the stage itself. This man and his group of friends were the most males. It's almost always girls. Sorry, guys, there's hardly ever any boys on that stage. You had like 4.
Yeah, all of us. Yeah,
everyone, all of the guys he's talking about, all were in the top 5%. So that was huge. That was huge.
Yeah, and it was a big deal. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like we always move the goalposts to we always move the goalposts towards success. You know what I'm saying? So the goalpost in high school was to come, you know what I'm saying, establish ourselves in high school, good grades, kind of lay low, understand what college is, and we committed in different areas. You know, I had homies that didn't have, you know what I'm saying, I came from a 2-parent household, so I was blessed. I had 2 parents, both my parents engineers, so what I had in life, I had a lot more than a lot of people around me. You feel what I'm saying? But I had some homies that didn't have a father in life. I had a homie that made, you know what I'm saying, maybe their parents divorced in high school, different situations. So there were different things in life that they was able to show me, I was able to show them, and we came together to support each other. So it was about getting the mental together in high school, taking advantage of what it was. And then that goalpost was like, all right, how can I go from establishing myself and being great in high school? How do I go to Mizzou or wherever you launch out in school and be great in college? You know what I'm saying? And how do I reestablish myself in Mizzou? You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to see a lot of things in life, like in high school, you know what I'm saying? Like it's fun, but on graduation day, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be a lot of people crying and a lot of emotions there, but there's an extra layer of emotions because a lot of people are going to peak out. The people y'all go to, and it's going to be people in this room that they going to peak out in high school, and that's what it is going to be. You're going to be 24, I'm 23 now, about to be 24. There's still people that post their high school highlights at 23. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody care about that. But like, you know, like, man, real talk, like, don't nobody care about that. Like that's their peak. That was their ceiling. They didn't have no plan. They were content on, hey, I was popular in high school. I played basketball or football, whatever. And like, that's it. Like that was their ceiling. And like in the real world, that means nothing. Because like many people play high school athletics. You know what I'm saying? So you got a little motion in Kansas City, don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it was okay, so the next step was like, okay, if I go to Mizzou, if I had a homie go to Arizona State or Miss Glover's son in Wichita State, how do I reestablish myself, find other friends that's able to and have a support system? How do I move as an individual? How do I grow as a man? How do I grow as a young woman to go to a space and then where it's okay? I went from high school where, man, I'm in high school, I got all the homies. We lit. We getting A's. We acting a fool in Parker class. Like, yeah, we argue about LeBron, but like, if anything, we gonna make sure we good. If somebody got the answers, we gonna slide the answers to them. But like in college, I'm walking into Mizzou, and it's my freshman course. It's 480 people in there, and it's on like 3 or 4 other black dudes in there. That's a cultural shock. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be able to support each other, be able to understand it's a development process. And I knew the goalpost at that point in time was my first couple of years at Mizzou was to establish myself. You know, hey, can I prove like, hey, I may have been one of the men in high school, but now I'm at a campus where, you know, from a world perspective, maybe athletic perspective, there's a lot of people that was that guy or that woman in high school or that's that smart. But okay, how do I separate myself from individuals that come from across the country? So I went to #1 journalism school. So Mizzou, they recruit people from California, they recruit people from like, should they get somebody from Alaska if they wanted to? You feel what I'm saying? Florida, everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So how do I, for me, from Kansas City, Center High School, how do I go into this room, have the confidence, right, to go in there and be the best where I was at? And I feel like I re-established myself in college, and then towards the back end of college, I'm sorry, the goalpost was, all right, I did well in college, but how do I get a career? You know what I'm saying? How do I turn myself to be able to provide, right? How to provide as a man. You know what I'm saying? It's not always about financial, being a man or being a woman. It's knowing how to provide emotionally for people around you, but also financially some ways. You know what I'm saying? But I knew I had to get somewhere. And ESPN was always a goal, you know what I'm saying? But it was the work and the mindset to be, okay, I'm gonna be great in high school. I'm gonna do well in college. But if I want to launch out and actually be something in the real world where it really matters, you know what I'm saying? How do I do that? You know, and it was because of the work that we did in Hive TV. It was because of the friends that I had. It's because I wasn't worried about everything that's on social media. Man, social media not real. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and people gonna always lie on social media, all age groups. You know what I'm saying? But you got to be focused. You got to understand, man. It's real work. It's a commitment every day. You know what I'm saying? When I moved out there and I got the job at ESPN, I'm living in Connecticut. It ain't really much to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. I'm 1,000 miles away from home. Everything I know, like, I'm out there dolo. You get what I'm saying? But I had to have that mindset and the foundation of, okay, I'm here for a purpose, and I'm gonna make sure that I reestablish myself and be what I need to be. And at ESPN, only me being there for a year and a half, I'd have made waves. You know what I'm saying? Like, I probably one of the most definitely at my position, probably the most popular, probably the most influential person at my position. And I know what comes
Speaking of
with that.
that, tell us a little bit about that. Tell
Yeah,
us a little
so
bit about what you do.
At ESPN, like I help produce. I ain't like the main producers. The main producers, they got real emotions. Those are the people that talk to like the Stephen A's or like any like popular people y'all see on ESPN. Like we be in the rooms with them or we be on Zoom with them. You know what I'm saying? But like the main producers are the ones that have been there for a little while. And they do that. So in my role, I'm there to like assist, like pitch ideas, help how like the show is constructed, like work with the talent and see like kind of what they want to talk about. Like a lot of stuff is behind, like done behind the scenes. Like a lot of people on TV, they good, but a lot of the stuff be scripted and a lot of the stuff be happening behind the scenes to make them look good. So I definitely enjoy my role at ESPN. I've been doing that. So I guess I can share how I got there. I had an internship doing, I think, doing a hiring freeze. I got up there and they was like, all right, it's a hiring freeze. We still taking interns. So that means like they wasn't gonna hire nobody else. And I was like, man, all right, that's cool. Like, I'm treated like the G League. Like I'm trying to be like Brian in the G League. I'm trying to get 30. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get a triple double. And that's my mindset. Like, all right, I'm being there. I know they might not be hiring nobody, but I'm gonna make sure that I'm so great and I'm so set apart that like, but they can't let this talent walk out the door. You feel what I'm saying? Like I was so committed and I took that and I was younger than all them dudes. Like I was interns with dudes. I was like 28, 29 years old. And that time I was like 21. You feel what I'm saying? I'm in there with all like we talk about OGs, like real OGs, like Fools Parker age being there. You know what I'm saying? Like, but knowing how to separate yourself in that room and having that confidence, like that's how I really felt that and I really had that type of drive. And they was telling me I was the best intern. They offered me a job to come back while the internship was coming on, but I had to go back and finish school. That's a whole other story because I left my last semester of my senior year in college and worked at ESPN while I was still in college. So I had to basically just finish like my last course, right. You know what I'm saying, that I paid for. But they offered me during the hiring freeze. They wanted me to come back and do things there. But it was just, again, just that foundation and just being able to be laser focused. Like, but if you want to be great in life, you know what I'm saying, you have to be able to keep things simple, but you have to be great every day. And things not gonna just happen overnight. Whatever goals you have in this room, not everybody in here want to work at ESPN. That might be cool. Y'all might go places that's way higher. Y'all gonna probably make way more money than me in what y'all do. But if you want to get there, if you want to be able to be the woman you want to be the man you want to be, you got to be able to find a routine. You got to be able to keep things simple. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the biggest thing that I think I have. I think the people around me have. And I keep talking about the people around you because, bro, you got to make sure your crew and your people is sharp, bro. Because there's going to be times you down. When I'm in Connecticut and it's dolo, it's brick outside, it's 33 degrees. And like, bro, I'm tired of going to work. Like, yeah, like it's cool that y'all see ESPN, but like I've been there for a while. So after a while, it get very like repetitive. You know what I'm saying? But when I call my homie that's living in LA, he cutting Clippers player head, Lakers player head. That's my best friend. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, he getting to that money, bro. I gotta get some money right now. Like I can't let him outdo me. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's keep you motivated. Like it keeps the goalpost moving. You never get complacent.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I love the fact that you brought up not only your passion,
yeah,
but it's so important for the people you surround yourself with. I have a kind of a similar story in the sense that nobody in my house and my family had ever gone to college, but I hooked up with the right guys in high school, and even when I dropped out and was ready to quit, those are the guys who pulled me and their parents, believe it or not. And Christian is, so that is so important. And those are the people that you're hanging out with now, you know, they really are. And they can, I mean, these guys are still friends all these years later. So that is important.
I was with my cousin last night. They ain't there pulled all night. We were arguing all night. He think you know more than me. He really don't. But we was talking, you know what I'm saying? And we was talking about, because I was nervous coming here. I was telling cuz, bro, I'm so nervous. You know what I'm saying? I probably couldn't sleep because I was nervous talking in front of y'all. You know what I'm saying? But we was talking and we was talking about how our life was in high school. When it comes to two different backgrounds, like, you know what I'm saying? He didn't have the same background. I had the same foundation. So he was running the streets, you know what I'm saying? And luckily, like, things had gotten better for him, but he almost died. He almost, you know what I'm saying? I remember like getting a phone call, you know what I'm saying? He got shot doing things he wasn't supposed to be doing and really got spared. You feel what I'm saying? We was talking about just life where we had a friend in high school. His name is Trayton. You know what I'm saying? And that's my brother. He's somebody that, you know what I'm saying, I live with a summer. We talk every day, you know what I'm saying? We uplift each other, whatever. But we had a friend that was like, okay, these are 3 or 4 individuals like myself, like other individuals that understand where they're going. And he could have either been, okay, I'm gonna run the streets of these cats over here, like maybe my cousin had did and whatever, and what he was influenced by. He's like, either I could take this route with my freedom and how I'm living, how my parents let me live. I could take this route, or I'm gonna take the route and I'm gonna align myself with these individuals and I'm gonna run with these dudes. And he ended up becoming a KC scholar. He went to UKC, graduated, no student debt. He worked at Cable Dahmer doing all type of video work for them, do stuff like that. And so it's like you have different examples. Like you gotta watch your influences. And I know it's hard in high school when it be certain dudes or certain women, you feel like, man, they just the most popular kid and they just this and that. But I'm telling you, bro, life really get real. Like as soon as you hit 18 and you have a direction, and like as you get older and older, bro, like a lot of that stuff don't even matter. And it's hard to see it when you in it. But I'm telling you, bro, that stuff don't matter. But also, bro, like you gotta be able to be like, man, I ain't worried about being the most cool kid. I ain't worried about, you know, bagging this person from a relationship standpoint. Like I'm going here and I'm not being allowed to be thrown off of that. And when you get to that point and you make those decisions, because it's gonna happen. I'd have made some bad decisions, you know what I'm saying, different environments I've been in. But bro, when you do certain things, man, it can cost your life literally or it can cost your life financially. If you want to be a homeowner one day, if you want to be able to, you know, lead a family from a woman to man perspective, you want to actually have a life that you want to do, and like the stuff you see on TikTok, a lot of stuff is attainable. You feel me? I'd have traveled the world. I'd have been to Dubai. I'd have been to a France. I'd have been to a Spain. I'd have been a lot. And I seen an example from my father. You know what I'm saying? He was an engineer, but I seen the work he did. He would wake up at 7 o'clock and work from 7 to 6. I just went to a job yesterday. He got mad at me because I came in there acting too loud. I'm like, bro, your son here. You know what I'm saying? But that's his mindset, though. He wasn't worried about. He is super nerd, but he wasn't worried about being the coolest kid. He wasn't worried about being the one that's going to I'm trying to get this type of woman or whatever. He wasn't worried about nobody was saying. And now actually, it's funny how life works. That person that was a nerd or wasn't a cool kid, they become the cool kids. Now they got motion. Yeah. Now they making 6 figures. Now you're the one watching them, seeing how they moving. Now you're seeing how their life is. So I think it's important to be able to just be focused and just understand the process and don't get tricked out of your blessing based off what you see around on social media and stuff.
Okay, so we got Blaze Eubank here with the question, and boy, Eubank. I can already tell he's going to start off. So yeah, this is little Eubank.
Jordan or LeBron?
I mean, I'm biased, bro. I'm only 23, so I only seen LeBron play. You feel me? I love LeBron. Like everything LeBron for me. I ain't never seen Mike play, so for me, I just love LeBron. Like, bro, I just love LeBron. Like I dang near just biased. Like, bro, like LeBron done created happiness for me. You know what I'm saying? When he came back from 3-1, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just love LeBron. Like, it go LeBron, then the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? Like, LeBron been so great for so long. Like, you gotta think, he been playing the league for 20 years, and I'm 23. So that means, like, really was at his, when he was really great and I started watching sports, he was doing stuff I ain't never seen before. So I ain't never seen Jordan play. So if OG say Jordan, I mean, you know how they be. They be stuck in their ways. Like Parker be hated. Like that's what he.
I tell you, whenever I used to want to get them riled up, him and Ricketts, and who was the other guy?
That's a lot of them. It was all of us.
I'd always just go, okay, this is like whenever I'd give them an example of a thesis statement, I would use Jordan and LeBron in the thesis statement just to get them riled up. That was the only reason I did.
Let me say this though, and y'all can say this to y'all peers. Y'all a little bit young. I'm not like trying to come off on a big bro type mentality. I'm just saying like y'all like 4 years younger. Bro, if somebody talking about at 16, they saying Jordan, bro, I promise you, they ain't never seen no Jordan game.
That's true.
They ain't never went on YouTube and really sat and watched no Jordan game. So when they argue with y'all, they going off what they pop said. They going off what they see on Twitter, social media. So I'm LeBron all the way through and through. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, LeBron that guy, man. Like, I love LeBron. You know what I'm saying? When LeBron retired, though, like, I dang near can't watch basketball right now because I know my boy hurting. Like, he ain't playing. Right. Like, it hurt. When he hurt, I'm hurting. You know what I'm saying? Pause.
All right, who else? Okay, Kayla. Okay, we've got a question from Kayla over here.
Do you think you would still have the same career if you didn't go to center?
No. I'm gonna say something. Yeah, no, absolutely not. I think so. Like, because my parents were very financially affluent, when I was in 5th grade, they wanted me to like shadow Barstow, Pembroke. Man, my mama sent me on all these little private school tours, and I had to work with my dad to work against her. Like, bro, I'm not going to these schools. Like I love my homies and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to be with the guys. Like I knew at that age at like 10 or 11, I don't know how old figure graders be, probably around that age. Like I knew, bro, like, bro, if I just trust my parents and trust the people around me, bro, like I knew it. And I say for me, the mindset, when you being around people at center, you're around people in the real world, you get a taste of like what people really going through. A lot of people out here struggling, a lot of people out here, you know, trying to make it and whatever, and that allows you to be able to grow and see it. When you go to like different schools or whatever, like different like maybe more like schools that are more like affluent where people are like everybody's successful, sometimes that take away from what a lot of people going through. So I think my mentality, to answer your question, was shaped being able to be around people that was like more realistic of like what people are actually going through in the world. You know what I'm saying? Because more people in the world are struggling than actually, you know, living like a lavish lifestyle. So I think Center did a great job to like put me around people, and like I feel like I got my mentality from a lot of different dudes. Like there's a lot of homies like they just was just, bro. I was talking about a couple days ago. We talk about all the time, like the best times of my life, and I love Mizzou. I had a great time in Mizzou, trust me. But the best times of my life was when I was in school with my homies. We was in honor classes, like we getting our A's, but we was acting the fool. We go to the same class, do the same thing in every different class, and act the fool from first period. We did like, I don't know if it was like 4 periods, but I don't know if it's 4 or 7, but we would just do the same thing. And it was so fun, but it allowed me to be able to grow and know how to argue, be confident. Like it's a different swagger with the people that you're around. And when you go out to the world, like you realize people don't have that confidence. Like a lot of people not confident like I feel like this area and how Kansas City is, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think absolutely not.
Yeah, and that's a great point. The confidence, and he had it, and yes, I'll never forget. We had a class with Minor, with Rashad, with
Rashad
you,
White,
Ricketts,
Rashad for real.
and Deion. I had this class 7th hour world history. No, it was a contemporary, some weird name class. It was elective. D'Lo comes down, opens the door, looks in the room, and says, "Parker." He looks at me and he says, "I hope they're paying you double for this class, because these kids, they would go at it. I mean, to the point. Teray was in there, like all the athletes were in one, and they go at it. I loved it though, because they were practicing their craft. They were practicing. And over the summer when Shad was here and I was doing his video for his football camp, that was the one thing I brought up. I go, remember all those? And you interviewed Shad on your podcast. But I was like, and he's like, "Parker, I still argue like that, just like I was in your class back in seventh hour."
People don't even know Shaw wasn't even a starting running back.
No, he wasn't. No.
Shaw was third string for like 2 or 3 years. Like he wasn't even. Obviously, he different now as Rashad White. Like I'm putting respect on the name. You know what I'm saying? But like at that time in high school, but he had a different focus, and a couple guys that could have been the lead, like really should have been the lead that was there in our high school time. They took a different way. They took the streets. They do what they do now, and we still got love for them. But you see one on TV scoring touchdowns, making millions, and lit, and you see other people that's, you know,
not.
Yeah,
they're not doing that.
Shell.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, for Des.
Speaking about confidence, I see how your confidence changed from episode 1 to 5. How'd you go about that?
Yeah. All them episodes kind of brutal. I ain't gonna lie. And I like, you know, like I still ain't the best looking, but when I was in high school, I had like this crazy box. You know what I'm saying? Like I be watching videos, they be flaming. You know what I'm saying? But I think it was just.
And he used to be a KU fan too.
Yeah, I did, but we ain't gonna talk about it. Yeah, I mean, 45 minutes from Kansas. You know what I'm saying? But no, I think for me, bro, like it was just more or less like just repetition. You know what I'm saying? Like just you get more in front of the camera, because I never in front of a camera before. You know what I'm saying? So like the first episode, I'm so nervous because I never did it before. But like you just repetition. Like the more you do it, the more like working with somebody like Mr. Parker, like he's very encouraging, very supportive. And I wish I would have, looking back on it, like one of my biggest regrets I have, I wish I would have took more advantage of Hive TV. I wish I would have took more advantage of Mr. Parker, because I knew what he was doing was going to be something. But at that time, I was so worried about other stuff and probably arguing too much about sports. Or man, we used to argue about all the stuff every day, bro. It was crazy. Like it was so fun. But I wish that I was able to just lock in for like 20 minutes out of the day and just look at the videos and do it, and got better. But from episode 1 to 5, it was just simply because I just kept doing it. So if I was actually focused and started doing that my freshman year, and by senior year, if I had like 200 episodes, think about how much better I would have been. And I would have been able to take that, had that reel, put on different outlets, and I could have been maybe even farther in life. But I just at that time didn't understand the vision. But to answer your question, I think it's repetition.
Well, and to be fair to you, I mean, remember back when he was doing this, we had basically a couple of camcorders, and we might have, by that time we did have a Mac or two, But what that takeout episode, that was one of the first times we ever really used a green screen. They figured all that out along
Yeah.
with Jeff.
Yeah,
Remember,
Jeff,
Jeff
yeah.
helped figure that out and edit it. But I'm glad you asked that question, because if Christian were coming in now as a freshman, he'd be all over the place. He'd be like Tay was last year. I mean, he'd be on everything, doing everything, because that's just the kind of drive he has. And I see that in some of y'all. I really, really do. Whether you're jumping in, doing the daily buzz like Kayla did today, or Petula does, that gives you confidence. Even if you don't want to go to ESPN, and even if you don't, that confidence is huge. Just having that ability to be confident about something, and whether you're sitting in an interview for a job you really want, those times that you sit in front of that camera, that's preparing you for all those kinds of things, right? Scoot's got an on the rebound basketball show we're working on with Izzy and Blaze and some of the other guys and we got some really good freshman talent coming up. So I'm excited about the future moving forward. So, got any other questions? BJ.
What's your position at ESPN?
Content associate. So I know I talked about it a little bit earlier, but basically just you helping produce like different shows. So since I've been there, like I worked on First Take, I worked on Sports Center at night. Like if you ever see like Scott Van Pelt, we had different like Sports Center anchors that come on like 11 o'clock, depending on like whenever like the game's in. Right now I work on 2 o'clock Sports Center. Same thing, but like my role right now is like help pitch ideas and like create content to like launch out. So like 2 o'clock hours, like you kind of recap what happened the night before, but you're also like talking about stuff that happened like moving forward. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, ESPN is a big company. There's so many different things you can do there. And like you can, if you want to be on air, you know, it's a little bit hard to get there, but it's attainable. And the early you start in your life, like if you're in high school, I would say starting now. But everything you're doing on TikTok, you know what I'm saying? Like that's where media is going right now. Like media is going to off of what influence you have on social media. So like there's some anchors that like legendary anchors, they kicked off for the air, meaning they went from having like 5 shows, like 1 show a week, and they'll put somebody that's not nowhere near as good as them, but they got like 50,000 TikTok followers, or their engagement is crazy. So we had like our anchor on our show, she'll pop up her phone and be TikTok live. I mean, it's irritating, but she'll be TikTok live the whole time, and she'll have like 100,000 people that seen it. So they're gonna be like, even if that may not necessarily always like quantify to like how many people watch the show, she knows how to use engagement from social media. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro, like just helping, you know, produce our different ideas. But like there's so much to media and what ESPN do, and there's so many different roles you can fit in. And like get into ESPN, get into like Fox Sports. Like I know it seemed like it's maybe hard to get to, but like, bro, it's really not. Like it's very attainable. It's very accessible. It's just when I was coming up, I didn't know a Christian McDonald. You feel what I'm saying? I didn't know somebody that worked at ESPN. So for me, I'm like, all I know ESPN is Stephen A, and I ain't gonna be connected with him. You know what I'm saying? So now y'all know me. Like I'll give my email to Park, you know, my direct email, my work email, and I'll help y'all do different things. I'll give y'all advice. You know, Izzy, I know his brother. That's my dude right here. You know what I'm saying? So if he can reach out to me via, you know what I'm saying, Instagram, and I ain't Hollywood, you know what I'm saying? He can always, you know, reach me, and I can always give advice on different things. But like if y'all want to get to where y'all want to go to, or even just anything else, college process, how to like find a college, you know, if you need help with application, all that, bro, I know how to do all that. You know what I'm saying? And if I don't, I know a lot of people that can. So that's kind of what I do, and I can help you get to if you want to do that.
That's really interesting what you said. It's something I'd never really thought of before. But if you look at it from like, because technically, I guess you could say I'm the executive producer or owner of Hive TV. That's why I've got good job security, because if they fire me,
they lose the program.
They lose the whole program. But anyway, but think about that. Think about how you can use social media as a positive, right? As somebody who technically owns a media company, for lack of a better term, I want people that have built-in followings. Like if I've got somebody, if Scoot's got 100,000 people that already follow him, I want him on camera, because then I probably might have 100,000 people that are going to look because they know him from TikTok. Yeah. So keep that in mind. But also keep in mind, you do something dumb or you say something bad,
you gone
on TikTok or Instagram or any of those things, then that show that you got because of it is going to be gone too. Yeah. Right. I watch Stephen A and Shay all the time, man. And watching those two navigate, because now they're both big on, I mean, Shay had, and I'm talking about Shannon Sharp, right? he had one of the biggest interviews ever just a couple months
Yeah,
ago.
I know he had the biggest one with Cat Williams.
Cat Williams, yeah. That wasn't on a TV show. That was on a
His
podcast.
own platform.
Yeah.
And now he know he gonna get 25 M a year. Like Stephen A. finna sign for 25 million a year. That didn't like an NBA contract. Like, bro, it's person on TV. He just show up talk sports 3 hours. He making 25 million a year.
Yeah.
You know,
it is
Yeah.
crazy. It is
Crazy.
cool. So you said you put together some stuff. So tell us what's a typical, like a package, like what do you edit highlights,
Yeah.
like technically what is it physically that you do?
Yeah, it depends on the show. So like a first take show is more like debate style. So they want just quick videos. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna argue let's say they argue about LeBron and MJ. They want like good LeBron. They may want LeBron at Cleveland years. You have to find video from that or whatever. So like more like the daytime shows here on ESPN, like the video you see that I helped create, or like, I mean, not me, but like everyone helps create, is like more quick hits versus nighttime. Like we watching Sports Center like on the weekend, like following college football, or like at nighttime it's off a highlight. So when you turn on Sports Center, you can watch like if the Royals played the Twins, somebody had to cut that game, or if like, you know, LeBron played that night, or like Trae Young went off against the New York Knicks. Somebody like somebody's gonna cut that highlight. You know what I'm saying? And then you see it. So it could be highlights. You put a highlight together, or you can put like VOs, both sides together. Like it's actually real simple stuff. Like you'd be surprised. Like what y'all learning right now. Like, bro, I ain't gonna fake it. Like y'all can work at ESPN. Like it's not that hard. A lot of people just don't even. I say this. A lot of people get to ESPN or other places based off of how they present themselves on a LinkedIn, and what school they went to, and just knowing somebody in. Like if you know somebody at ESPN, or you know some people that can like get you in the door how to do it. Like I got a young boy right now. Like he's a senior at Mizzou. I'm like, bro, I got you. Like when internship come through, like, bro, I know, bro, if I stamp you good off of work I created, you know what I'm saying, and what my reputation there. So I already know, like, hey, I put the word in. If you want to come in there and work at the company, he already gonna be there. But he knew me, you know what I'm saying. Also, he knows the basic things, but it's also just who do you know, you know what I'm saying. So it's what y'all learning right now. Y'all can over time, if y'all can ESPN, y'all can do this stuff. It's not hard, but it's just the hard part is knowing what ESPN is and knowing how to get in the door.
Right.
Yeah.
And having that background too, and having that professionalism,
Yeah,
when
100%.
you get the opportunity, because it's one thing for a guy like Christian to give you that opportunity, but it's another thing. He's not going to keep doing that if people show up and they're not professional, they don't know what they're talking about, you know. So it's just as important on you to show up prepared and ready, and have some background to it.
And take advantage of this too. Like there are a lot of people that come up to the company, help get emotion at the company, like help be around me. Like when I'm up there, like I didn't hosted events up there. Like a lot of people love being around me. And I'm not saying that in a braggadocious way. I'm just saying like just how I go. You know what I'm saying? Like some dudes got juice in the world. A lot of dudes don't got juice. You feel what I'm saying? And so like for me, like I tell dudes all the time, like, bro, like if you follow me, bro, I'll help you get that. And I help people that follow me, bro. The promotion I got, some people only got 6% of their bonus this year. And the people listening to me, we got the promotion, we got 14% of our bonus. So that's double. You got double the amount of money that year based on just the mindset that you're going. And so for me, like I tell y'all, like I get Parker my email. If y'all want to reach out, bro, I'm accessible, bro. Like I may not get back to you like in an hour or something. I still do what I do. Like I be on NCAA, you know what I'm saying? So I may not want to go to the game right now, but I will hit y'all back. I will do that. And I tell you that all the time, whether in college, whether y'all in high school now, men and women, like y'all reach out to me, y'all want to set a Zoom, y'all want to talk about certain things, y'all want advice, y'all had emails on y'all. Like, I'm not gonna chase y'all down. I got my own stuff going on. In the day, I'm gonna worry about what C-Mac got going on before anything else. You know what I'm saying? But if y'all want to be able to get to a point where y'all can help y'all out and really be there and show y'all, not just come here and talk about it and like walk with y'all and walk y'all steps, I'm here. But the onus is gonna be on y'all. And I tell a lot of dudes that, you know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes miss opportunities where they could be there because they don't want to follow up and know how to network. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Absolutely. And I see it with some of y'all in your ideas, just for your videos. A lot of you have some great ideas, but then somewhere along the way, you drop the ball. You lose interest in it. You know, maybe it wasn't a great idea, so that's no big deal. But a lot of times it was a great idea and you just don't want to go that extra mile, put in that extra effort. Okay. When you do that, you're showing people that they're really not all that serious about it. So this guy never dropped the ball. He always followed through. He had an idea. He got it done. Now, maybe he switched gears along the way somewhere, but he always followed it through to the end and was prepared at all times. Any other questions? Come on, guys. Okay, cool. I'm going to come back, and then I'm going to come back to Izzy. X-Man, what you got, X?
What type of distractions did you face on your way up?
Well, I think um, I think distractions would be for men and women. You just say relationships. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the biggest distraction, and knowing how to navigate that. And mama goes back there. That's my mama for real. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't brought a couple women to her crib and had to introduce. She looking at me like, man, what you on? You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's a real distraction, and it go vice versa. I'm not trying to speak just from a man perspective, from one perspective. Y'all actually got to work dealing with some of these cats coming up because they really just out of control. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I would say like I would say this. I feel like I was so caught up trying to be like fit into what was going on. Like I was a leader, but there was moments where I wanted to go along with the crowd or try to go get this person. I feel like they would validate me, and not understanding that like if I stay true to who I am, bro, things will work out. So I think for me, just being so distracted, and it's hard because like, bro, the world is so suffocating. So it's like I'm not attacking y'all for how y'all post or how y'all dress or whatever like that. No, I get it. Like it's a different swagger than black people in general. But I think there's a difference of like, okay, not letting the crowd influence you, trick you off your blessing. And I feel like there were times where I had value, but I allowed other people to like diminish my value because they weren't maybe on that same type of time, or I was so focused chasing after this person and making my life about them. And it's like, bro, like, especially in high school. I'm not saying that you're not gonna get married to a high school sweetheart, whatever dude you're talking, but like, bro, I got a lot of homies. I know a lot of people. It's damn near almost impossible that whatever high school relationship you is gonna work through where it's gonna go. So I think for me, it's just, yeah, like just be cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, and I will attest to that. And
Yeah.
I told my son is marrying his high school
Yeah,
sweetheart
which is
next
rare.
month,
Which is rare.
which is very rare. And I was on him all the time. I'm like, this ain't gonna last. This ain't gonna last. This ain't gonna last. He might be getting married just to prove me wrong at this point. But you're right. You're right,
Yeah.
and that's a great question, X, because there are a lot of distractions, especially in our area. You know, to be honest, and we see it all the time. We see it on the news all the time. And Christian's 100%
And
right.
speaking to that area, I was with my cousin last night. Like when I said I was in the streets and all that, we was talking last night. You know what I'm saying? And he was talking about, you know what I'm saying, like how messed up his life was. You know what I'm saying? Being overly sexualized at 12 years old. You know what I'm saying? Having to take care of his sisters. You know what I'm saying? Having to run the streets to go get money. Like at 14, 15 years old, he was buying his sisters like clothes. You feel what I'm saying? So distraction of like, bro, he didn't have the same, like he was hungry. Like, bro, I didn't have a lot. So you look at my life, like from a kid perspective, like I had everything growing up, so it allowed me to be more focused, and he didn't have that. And so there's things that pulled him back. There's real life distractions, like not having that. But I think that he said, if he was here now, he would say like, I wish I would, I would embrace the distractions, but I wish I would not get so far caught up in that. You know what I'm saying? Not allow that to consume my mind. Because some people that's facing so many real world challenges, it's hard for them to be like, all right, it's hard, like it's harder for someone that's struggling so much in life to be able to understand, like, if you trust the process, things will work out. You know, especially if you've never seen that process worked out. You know what I'm saying? I think that, like, for him, I think it was good to, like, if you look back on it, I think he would just want to trust the process more because he's smart as a mug. You know what I'm saying? But he allows him to get so consumed based off of a lot of things that wasn't in his control of how he was growing up. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, believing in himself.
Yeah, that's awesome. Izzy?
Well, who's playing the best point guard basketball like right now for the
No,
team?
for sure. I get the question. Best point guard right now. It depends on how you describe a point guard. So, to me, if we just going, because really basketball is really positionless. It's really wing dominated. But to me, I think it's Steph Curry for sure. Like, bro, it's Steph Curry. Like it's Curry. Like, bro, it's just Steph Curry. Like, he the great. Like Curry, like one of the greatest, bro. Like, it's not even no question. And that's coming from a LeBron fan. Like Curry, like that.
Well, when you're doing your edits for your job, do you have to really watch yourself not to shade more towards one of your favorite
No,
players?
we want to. Steph Curry playing. We need to see Steph Curry.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
That's all we
Just
care
making
about.
sure. Just making sure.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Oh, okay. Scoot.
So, what was your initial goal before you enter high school and met Mr. Parker?
I always ran my mouth, so I always knew I wanted to do something journalism. I would say knowing Mr. Parker and like just being around him, it was like it made it seem more attainable. You know what I'm saying? Like having this program, seeing where it was going, it just made it more attainable. So I always wanted to do something journalism, but I didn't know what, and I know what that looked like. I didn't know like what the process was, and so like having the knowledge I have with him and what he exposed me to, like in that year and a half of like working with him, a lot of personal stuff that was going on. Like Mr. Parker really helped saved me. You know what I'm saying? I lost my brother in a car accident when he was 7 years old. You feel what I'm saying? My little brother. You know, so like I had a lot of stuff going on emotionally to where Mr. Parker to this day, the only teacher that ever came to me was like, how you feeling? You know what I'm saying? Because I came back, I got suspended. I got a 10-day. I had a couple 10 days in high school. I wasn't the best kid. You know what I'm saying? But Mr. Parker came to me and was like, man, how you feeling? He really cared and he really showed me a lot of different things. And that really helped me stay on track. You feel what I'm saying? Because I was going through a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? Life is hard. You know what I'm saying? So I would say the things I did learn in basic technology, and we had that kid from Pembroke. When I got to Mizzou, I thought like, man, maybe I'm far behind. But a little stuff that Mr. Parker showed me before all this stuff came, I got to Mizzou. I'm like, bro, I'm way ahead of these dudes. Like, I'm good.
He did. That was one of the
Yeah.
first things he said when he got to Mizzou. And he's like, Park, man, I know what B-roll is. I know all this wide shots, medium shots, tight shots. I used it. You did an internship for a TV station,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
your freshman year or
Yeah,
something.
absolutely.
So, like, all these little things that you guys get sick of me saying, they do.
They
They
matter.
are. They matter. Yeah.
And
Thank
you go into college being better than other people.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
that's a whole different confidence boost.
Well, and I'm just talking to Tay. You know, Tay's up in co-college. She's having to teach all her students that are in class with her what she knows because they never learned it. They never learned it in their high school. They're learning it for the first time. So Tay has already got her paid internships,
Yeah.
and she's already doing that kind of stuff. So I'm not just saying it just to say it, guys. I promise you. Dixon.
All right, so what's some advice you would give to your younger self, and why would you give that advice?
Yeah. What advice to my younger self? I feel like I'm still young.
You are.
Nah, I know what you said. Yeah, I mean, if I was talking to a 15, 16, 17-year-old Christian, I would say, that's a great question. Dang. I would say really focus in more of a routine. I feel like in high school, like I knew a routine was important, but I was so like, and there's a routine that's forced, right? Like, you know, you got to be at school from 7 to 3, and you got practice or whatever and all that. But like, I wish I would have took more onus on my own, just learn a few things. You know what I'm saying? Like, learn more about like finances, like learn, okay, like what a Roth IRA is. You know what I'm saying? Like, start putting money up. Like at 15 years old, working at McDonald's, but every little money I got, like I just blew it. I'm like, man, I'm taking the girl to go get some Andes. Like, you know, I feel like I real like most of it, I ain't had no money for real. Like the little money I had, like I just blew it. You know what I'm saying? But like if I would have just put away like 20, 30 a month, I could have walked in college and had 2,000 saved up, and I could have invested that and been farther in life. So I think like just being more disciplined, like how I'm dealing with maybe relationships, how I'm dealing with finances, how I'm dealing with how am I training my mind, like, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe not every night you should go like in your night playing NCAA. I wish I would have read more. Like, when I was 15, my freshman year, my parents strict, so I had to turn my phone in. You know what I'm saying? My mom was sharp though. I was reading so many books, I learned so much. Bro, as soon as I had to keep my phone, bro, I don't read no more. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like how much knowledge I lose. There's so much power in books. People say that, bro, but it's really different. Like a lot of people that read or like not even have to say, don't even think about reading books, but like take advantage of like learning more about like what it is as far as like financial gains, like whatever career things you want to do, like how to get to college. Like there should be something nice. Y'all should go home now. Like if I want to go to college, like just look up what is Mizzou, like how much tuition costs, like what scholarships offer, like what is how, like go to your counselors here and like see like, okay, how does it fill out fast for like make people feel you, bro. Cause like a lot of people like are not gonna care how you grow. Like a lot of people are so locked into their life, so they're not really gonna care about like how your life turned out. So you gotta make people feel you from a standpoint of like, okay, I wanna get here. I'm gonna take some time out of my routine and make time out of my routine to like, look up certain small things and then take what I know. And like if I don't got the answers, come to a Parker, make him figure it out. If he can't figure it out, come to C Mac, he ain't figured it out. Go to Mama Glover nursing school. Like her son is an aerospace engineer, bro. He lit. Like, bro, that's crazy. You went been an aerospace. I ain't even heard of that before. You know what I'm saying? Not for no black kid. Like, what? That's crazy. Like, but her son did is way more pressing than what I'm ever doing in my life, from even from a career standpoint. You know what I'm saying? But like they had the backing. If I don't got the answer, we're gonna figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I wish I would have had more of that mindset, because I could have been even way farther. You know what I mean? I'm off a great start, but you said advice I give myself is just take 20 minutes out of my day, just something sustainable. 20 minutes out of my day, you know what I'm saying? Before I go back to going on TikTok or going on play NCAA or 2K, let me just figure out something I can do that productive for that day where I want to go.
Yeah, that's a great answer. Great answer. Kayla, another question?
How do you continue to have the drive that you have without being burnt out?
Yeah, I think it's continuous like goalposts and just surround yourself with monsters. So like for me, I'm back home right now, so I gotta split my time wisely. I ain't been back to the city like over a year. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been in like, you know, my granny was sick, you know what I'm saying? So I had to go to St. Louis a lot more. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but I was in Kansas City during my time being ripped and running. Like as soon as I leave here, I gotta go see some other people. Then at 5, I gotta see another person. Then I gotta do something else at 8. You feel what I'm saying? But for me, I made sure that I had to go. My pop's a director of like an engineer company, so so I had to make sure to go see. He's the executive, so I made sure for one of these I was gonna do, I gotta go spend time and see how he working and moving. So like with him being an executive at 46 or 50 years old, that's crazy. Being a black man in a predominantly white field as far as STEM engineering, and for him to be an executive at 46, I'm thinking like, oh yeah, like I got a little bit of motion at ESPN, but like I know what my pops is making, I know what I'm making. I ain't nowhere near close to him. You know what I'm saying? So that it humbles you. Like I can portray like, oh, because I'm ESPN, I got so much money. It's like I ain't got that much money. You know what I'm saying? But like I surround myself and know like, okay, if I go see my pops, I sit down and talk to him and see what he doing. You know what I'm saying? It'll keep me grounded. And also too, like my friends will do a lot too. Like I'm telling you, like the people I have and what they're doing, it keeps you so motivated. Like I got real monsters around me. Like again, like her son, like Jordan Glover, like Miss Glover's son, like him graduating being an aerospace engineer and seeing how dedicated he is, it make you dedicated. I got another homie. I went to school with Mizzou. He cut Kobe Brown on the Clippers. He ain't that good. He don't play, but like he in the league, so he in rooms where he'll call me up. He like, bro, I'm here with James Harden, Russell Westbrook. Like real stuff. Like he be lit. Like you know what I'm saying. So like if your homie call you, he cutting hair for these players. He cutting Max Christie hair. He cutting Jared Verse hair. He gonna be the defensive rookie of the year in NFL. He cutting these people hair, and he doing that, and he networking, bro. You gonna be like, all right, let me go ahead and do this. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to be one left behind. Like if everybody in here if all the dudes in here, the women did certain things, your friends did something every day. I use an analogy from like if all your homies went to the gym and got buff, you was the only one that didn't go to the gym. You be like, dang, I gotta go to the gym. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. Like the people you surround yourself with and where they going will make you not want to be settled. You know what I'm saying? And also too, like I have certain personal goals that I know like I have to work towards every day. If I want to get there. Like if I want to be a homeowner, like to be a homeowner and get a real home, that costs about $350,000-$400,000. So what does that mean? How much is that going as far as down deposit down? How's it going to be my mortgage? How interest rate? How long is the mortgage? You know what I'm saying? So like it's if you really want to have a successful life, bro, it takes a lot of work to even get there. And like it's a long journey for me and everybody in this room. Like I'm a little bit ahead of y'all just because I'm just older. You know what I'm saying? But y'all gonna be where I'm at, or maybe even farther by the time I get here. You know what I'm saying? But it will take work. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna end with a clip. I'm gonna embarrass Christian a little bit. Hope he doesn't get mad at me for this, but just to show you that where this all started from, and this is actually probably one of the clips that when I watched it at first, I'll be honest, I was a little mad. I was like, "Come on, guys!" But then it kind of started to sink in, and I started to realize. First off, it showed me his passion, and second of all, just the fact that they kept going at it. They did 5 episodes and we didn't know what we were doing, right? So if Miss Store, if you'll hit this clip for us.
His video list. He put Jonathan Williams, somebody that having their best years at Gonzaga, at another college right now on this Missouri list, bro. In the video, bro. We done.
And those 2 years in Missouri, we're good enough to make the honorable mention.
Take down. That's honorable mention. Now with you on it. Take down, bro. Oh, I'm flabbergasted, bro. I'm flabbergasted. How dare you? How dare you? He put Jonathan Williams. This man.
Let me just tell you.
Williams, he's having his best years at Gonzaga, and this man put him on the list for Missouri. You see how sorry and pathetic these fans are? This man is pathetic. You need to be arrested for public intoxication if you say something like that, bro. Get off the set, man. Get off the set, bro. This man crazy, bro. Hey, Jonathan Crazy, I better see a comment about this.
Villanova! Hey! Villanova! Hey! Let's go Wildcats! Let's go!
See, those two were actually really good friends. So
Yeah,
they were really good friends and still talk. But you can kind of see why when I saw that and I saw the passion, I was just like, we got something here. We got, not only does he have something, the whole idea, if I can get them in there doing that. And honestly, I was just happy to get him on camera because that was my classroom every single day without the cameras on. So basically, we just got to the point where it's like, if y'all are going to do this, let's turn the cameras on and get this on film because I see it every day. I saw that for 4 years. But thank you so much, brother. You are, like I said, and it's not hyperbole for me to say that if it wasn't for him, I don't know that all this stuff would even exist. I might still be downstairs teaching world history in Bretch's room, but I'm so glad that we were able to get this going. And with kids like you, and with kids, you guys are the future, man. You guys, I mean, you're climbing on the back of what he started, and we're getting there. We're a lot better than we were. We have a lot more stuff. Just I was able to show Christian around a little bit, and he was amazed at just how much we've gotten just in the year or so since he was last year.
We're gonna record a booth at ESPN.
Yeah, yeah. So everyone, join me thanking Christian. Let's give him a round of applause. And once again, thank you so much for taking time out of your time here, your brief time here in Kansas City, and stopping by. I know it's going to make a big impact on them and their motivation and our program.
Yeah, 100%.
Really, really do appreciate it, and keep us informed. And I will get his info in case you guys want to talk. You just can't bug him, okay? I'm gonna be stalking him or anything.
I'm gonna send my email. I'm gonna send my LinkedIn page. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see kind of like what's it like to have a professional work page. What it's like. Obviously, my ESPN email just to be able to contact y'all, so y'all can reach out to me. If you got any questions y'all need, and just simple stuff, bro. I don't feel like y'all bugging me, bro. I be chilling. I swear to God, bro. I be chilling. Like it ain't no big deal. If y'all got any questions, like life stuff, all that, we live for conversations. Like we do right there. Me and my homies do the same thing still to this day. I argue with them. I had to hang up on Sunday. They try to talk about they talk about my quarterback. I'm talking about my homes. Me and my boy argue. Like I hang up on. I can't take it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm saying is like we normal. I'm normal. I'm not hardy. I'm not no better than y'all. Like if y'all want to reach out and have questions. Y'all need help with like college, what that means, you know what I'm saying? Maybe some of y'all may be first generational. Y'all need help with that. You know what I'm saying? Reach out to me. I'll help y'all out, help y'all use applications, look for scholarships. You know, if I need questions about media, y'all can do that. So, you know.
Yeah, and check him. Are you still doing the Mama Said?
Yeah, I do a podcast with my mama. She really out of control.
Yeah. so he goes way beyond just the sports stuff. Yeah. So check out, what's the name of the.
It's like MKB sort of.
Okay.
Yeah, I can send it.
Yeah. I'll get you guys the link. I used to watch all the time. I just get off social media, man. I get so caught up in wasting time on that stuff. So but I've watched a lot of his shows, and they're great. That goes beyond sports. That talks about all kinds of topics and his mom is great. I love his mom. His mom. It's great when they get into it, you know. But did you? Okay, Pertula's got one more. Pertula's got. Did you? What? Did you have a question? Yes. Okay, my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm doing the exact wrong thing. I tell you guys never to hand the mic away, but I'm doing it.
Okay, I actually have a couple. I've been saving these for a while.
Okay, good.
Were you a band kid?
Yeah, I was a band kid. Yeah. I played the trumpet.
Oh.
We've got footage of him, too.
And what are some challenges you faced, like attending Mizzou? Because it is a PWI, so did you ever feel like, I guess, out of place?
No. I feel like, I mean, bro, I ain't gonna fake it, man. Like, I feel like being at center and just being around the mindset where I was, my homies, like, we just had so much confidence in who we was, and we just had so much belief. Like, going to Mizzou, I feel even more confident in myself, because I'm like, if I could argue with my homies and be cool with them and like separate myself, be a leader with them and their mindset, you know what I'm saying? When I go to Mizzou, like, not everyone's like that. And everyone has that confidence. Everyone has had that experience. You know, so a lot of people, they grew up in a silo, so they only see like what they see or what they experience. And so I had like a lot of different experiences in my life to be able to have that confidence. And like going to a PWI, it was a good experience because like people like sometimes like talk about going to a PWI, but like the life is PWI. There's more Parkers and more Christians. So like when I go to work and go to ESPN, I'm working with more Parkers, you know what I'm saying? So if I didn't go to PWR or I just look down on it and I didn't take advantage of that, you have to learn how to communicate, talk their language, right? Some of the slang I say, they be like, they don't know what I'm saying. Like I talk fast, I speak in slang. Like when my bosses called me, I had a promotion, they owed me some money. They called me up, they're like, yo, like, C-Mac, man, good morning. I'm like, yo, what's the word? Like, that's how I be talking, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just, the swagger, yeah, they like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they be cool, but like, you gotta be yourself. You can't let nobody change you. You know what I'm saying? But going to PWI, I think it was good to be able to just know how to, like, know what you're dealing with, you know?